What does our government know? Why did the government just recently purchase? Let me close out of here, guys. Let me go back to our home page here. Why did the report? Come on, I've got about 5 more minutes here. Just give me just a second here. Why did our government just purchase more rounds of ammunition? I don't know if you saw that, but we reported on that. Let me scroll down here, see if I can find that article. Here it is. And this is coming from, I believe, InfoWars is the source for that, but the Department of Homeland Security is set to purchase over 62 million rounds of ammo, typically used in AR-15 semi-automatic rifles, just weeks after the ATF was forced to back down on a ban on M855 bullets. So you got all these things coinciding together. We got the martial law drills in these major cities that now it just so happens that in these same locations, five chains from Walmart mysteriously shutting down for 6 months due to, quote, plumbing problems. I don't know, guys, you tell me. Is something else going down the pike? Are we getting ready to see some perilous times in the United States? Guys, it's time to get prayed up. It's time to get informed. And it's time as to do what Jesus said in Luke 21:28. When you begin to see these things coming to pass, it's time to hold up your heads because your redemption is drawing near. And guys, this is End Time Headlines reporting. This is Ricky Scaparo, the founder of End Time Headlines. Again, you can find us here on our main website at endtimeheadlines.org, and you can follow us on many of our Facebook, Twitter, and other social networks as well. If this ministry has been a blessing to you, again, as always, we always want to give you the opportunity to sow and into this ministry, and you can do that by clicking on the donate tab there as well. So God bless you guys, and just giving you a heads up on what's going on. So if you guys are in those locations, you can find out more about this. Report it to me. Let me know. Email me at endtimeheadlines.
And that's Rick Scaparo, who is from the End Time Headlines, talking about the sudden closings of Walmart stores in the South, in like 3 states in the South. And he's got a good point there. You have to wonder why, all for the same reason. Would be kind of putting the flag up there, wouldn't it? And I had another segment, but I'm going to cancel it because I'm running out of time on this show. But I will have it on the Gary Russin program coming up, and that's some clips from the last 7 days. And then we'll be doing another one coming up real soon this Wednesday. And I'll take the recorder up for another recording. But other than that, although I don't know if I'll be able to, because my voice recorder is down to 1 bar, so it's hard to say what I'll be able to do with that. All right, then, now time for our schedule for this week on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie on the premier radio networks and their fine affiliates across the country. Tonight, Richard Sirrett is the guest host. For the first half of the program, he welcomes David Kelkich. He's the president of the Maximum Life Foundation for the discussion his work on longevity, life extension, anti-aging research, and what he believes we will be living much longer lives. In the latter half, crop circle investigator Patty Greer will detail the latest development in crop formation research and how far she thinks the phenomenon may change the course of American history forever. On our bell, 6 to 10 tonight, Pacific, Somewhere in Time, journeys back to May 8th, 1996, when Art Bell tackled a weird case of blood-sucking chupacabras. First half of the program, and then it switched gears for the heated discussion on malicious gun control and the U.S. government. And that is on tonight on Somewhere in Time with Art Bell. That is a rebroadcast of an old show. And then on Sunday night, George Knapp takes the helm with Bill Friedman. He's to share inside stories on the Prohibition era and most powerful leaders and how they later ran the elegant illegal casinos across America before moving on to build the glamorous Las Vegas Strip gambling resorts. In the latter half, investigative journalist Toby Rogers, and they'll reveal the untold story of mafia legend Silvio Bolai. Okay, he's a converse mob and developed the organized crime operations, which involved violence, drugs, celebrities, girls, construction hustles, and crime family business meetings. Maybe, maybe not. If it doesn't click with the weird and the unusual, sometimes I don't really care to listen. George Norrie back on Monday night with Ellen Brown in the first half hour. Public Banking Institute discussing the interest in alternative cancer treatment and people who have been punished for pioneering effective alternate protocols, as well as investigating the drought in California and who could possibly be behind it. And Robert Zimmerman, the latter half, space historian, will reflect the 25th anniversary of the Hubble Space Telescope, which reshaped our perception of the cosmos and uncovered a universe where almost anything seems possible within the laws of physics. That would be a good show. That will be a real good show. That will be Monday night. Tuesday night, predictions for 2015 and beyond. John Hughes, very good guest on that show and a regular. Although he's authority on Nostradamus, who I never really fall for all that stuff. It will reveal the potential history-changing events coming in the second half of 2015. And as this year will be the last chance to begin reforming monetary, economic, and political systems, otherwise time begins running out to avoid a dangerous future. Hugh will also look ahead to the year 2016 and what could happen in the beginning of 20-year period of great unrevealing as seen by Nostradamus. So I don't always fall for that, but I usually like to listen to it because it's fascinating. And I will be, this program I will be talking about on the next edition of Way Out There next month here on GJRB. So I will repost this show. We're going to keep it on for the whole duration of the weekend. But I'm posting this one. I just posted the last 7 days from January 21st. Next week, a fresh show. I was going to play clips of that show today, but I'm running out of time, and I have to find it. And so I decided I'm just going to kind of cancel that piece. And I will talk about some of that stuff on the Gary Russin program on May 5th. So tune in for that show. Be going through some of those, and I will talk about them, including JHAD 15, JHAL 15, which we're going to talk about on that show as well. Transformative NDEs in Vietnam War will be discussed Wednesday with Marilyn Schlitz, who's a PhD. We'll discuss her new book on the near-death, on how neurotic experiences move people from a strictly materialistic view of their existence and one's spiritual or more mystical dimensions. Also cover the need to confront the great denial he holds over the death and why our awareness of death can, under the right conditions, lead to life-enhancing choices and experience. Okay, latter half of the show, Dr. Edward Tick. Okay, now he is a expert on veterans PTSD, We'll discuss the real reason behind the Vietnam War, which officially ended 40 years ago, but divided the country and still plagues many veterans. Good show Thursday night. Yep, one of our favorites and the one we always refer to for here on Way Out There. Earth Files Reports with Linda Moulton Howe. Discussing the upcoming presentation by Jamie Manassen of Mexico City about two illegal 1947 vintage Kodachrome color slides. They appear to show non-human being resembling after an autopsy at Roswell. Linda will also be reports on the top secret lab presentation by CIA types of a piece of metal that allegedly came from the Roswell UFO crash. And of course, loud, strange sounds again, familiar to that of jet engines accelerating. And you know what? One night I did hear something like that when I was taking our dog out. Weird thing. Combined with thunder. I didn't hear thunder, but I did hear something like that. It lasted 2 minutes, and it happened in Wisconsin this spring. It updating on a miraculous rescue of a toddler from an upside-down car back on March 7th. And finally, vocal psychic Dave Schrader will host Coast to Coast with a voice, natural, direct, sensitive Joe Who. Really? That's his name, Joe Who. We'll discuss his lifelong hear people's voices and see inside their lives and their past history. And, of course, open lines in the latter half. So that's what's going to be on Coast to Coast AM this week on GJRB. So you'll, all over the country on many fine radio stations, not here, on many fine radio stations across the country. But if you're in the vicinity of our low-powered 9-foot signal, GJRB FM, Talk FM 108, we do carry that show from time to time on 107.9 here on the north end at 800 block of 28th Avenue North. We do carry that. So I'd say, GJRB FM. But anyway, we weren't on FM today. This was a GJRB exclusive. So, just to let you know about that. So, time ran out for today's edition of Way Out There. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Had a great time doing the show. Didn't get any calls today, but I thank my wife for calling me twice. So, I had a little bit of fun with that. Need to get a phone patch system for this thing, so maybe we can sound a little louder. That'd make a lot of sense. Why not? Anyway, we'll do this show again next month on the third week, probably either on a Friday or Saturday. Keep you posted on that by watching my public sites, watching your public sites. If you follow us on Twitter and Facebook and all that, you just follow me there, and I'll give you the schedule. We'll upload the schedule. I'm working on that graph. Should have it done this week, I'm hoping. To get it done, I'll be posting it on all my social sites, the new GJRB Spring Summer schedule. So you'll be able to see where this show is at. And of course, don't forget, this is a floating show, which means it could be on any day, any time slot, additional to when it's on once a month. So we might add a show. We might add a show to add to this one. Never know. Until then, this is Gary J. Russell letting you know. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Of course, let me know what you see. Look up at the skies and let me know what you see way out there. I'm Gary J. Rustin. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a great night, everyone. So long. After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast or live Saturdays at 11 a.m. on GJRB Online.
It's happening. It's happening again, folks. Down in Heritage Canyon, Fulton's 3rd annual Bluegrass Festival. Mark your calendars. Saturday, June 20th. We've got new bluegrass. We've got old bluegrass. There's something for everyone.